Vancouver is one of the most beautiful cities in the world. It is also the most wildly misunderstood because moving here is not just about finding a beautiful street or a beautiful view alone. It's about finding the right neighborhood that fits your lifestyle. And in Vancouver, that matters a lot. Pick the wrong neighborhood and you will feel it fast. In your commute, in your routines, in your weekends, in the way your life feels day to day. And in a city this expensive, getting it wrong is not a small mistake. I'm 𝙉𝙚𝙘𝙚 Pinto and I've lived in Vancouver for over 20 years and I call this city home along with my husband and my puppy Thumper, who you've probably spotted running around my many videos. Over the past 6 years, I've helped over 100 families not just buy a home, but truly find where they belong. I'm so excited to take you on a journey through the 7 best neighborhoods in Vancouver, from the old school West End prestige to the high energy and vibrant heartbeat of East Vancouver. Let's get into it. We start here on the west side in Dunbar. If you're looking for the old guard of Vancouver, you found it. This isn't a neighborhood of glass towers and transit noise. This is a sanctuary of stillness. In 1922, Dunbar was the site of Canada's first ever zoning bylaw. It was a move designed to protect the character of the single-family homes at all costs. And for over a century, it worked. Dunbar became a lush, low-density fortress, while the rest of the city climbed toward the clouds. But today, the walls of that fortress are evolving. As of 2026, the era of single-family only zoning is officially over. Thanks to the new provincial laws, those massive prestigious lots are now being reimagined into luxury multiplexes. You'll see beautiful 3-story missing middle homes, 4 to 6 units on a single lot, designed to blend into the canopy. It's a neighborhood in transition, moving from that gated community feel, gentle density that finally allows the next generation to live where they grew up. The homes here reflect that old guard permanence. Think stately, detached character homes on oversized lots that have been in the same families for decades. It's a neighborhood of estates that privacy is the ultimate luxury. Even with new multiplexes, you won't really find glass towers here. Just refined low-rise architecture that keep that neighborhood forgot to hurry up energy alive. Another reason families fought so hard to keep the pocket quiet: prestige. Dunbar is the city's premier academic hub, anchored by legendary St. George's Boys School. Its 2 massive campuses are anchored right in the heart of Dunbar. But it's the public catchment that makes the area the gold standard for parents. Depending on which block you're on, if you fall into the catchment of Lord Byng to the north or Prince of Wales to the east. These aren't just high schools. They are consistently ranked among the top public schools in the province. In Dunbar, you aren't just buying a home, you're buying access to some of the best public education in British Columbia. If you're a golfer, this is basically promised land. You are surrounded by some of the most beautiful fairways in the country. You've got McCleary Golf Course right down the hill. And then the heavy hitters like the Point Grey Golf and Country Club and the legendary Shaughnessy Golf and Country Club tucked right along the river. Plus, you've got the UBC Golf Club just up the road. It's the kind of neighborhood you'll see people driving their golf carts almost as often as their cars. Just north of Dunbar is Kitsilano, or as the locals call it, Kits. If Dunbar is the sanctuary, Kitts is the dream. It's the neighborhood that most people picture when they think quintessential Vancouver lifestyle. Hippie heart to high performance. Kitsilano has one of the coolest culture evolutions in the city. In the 1960s, this was Canada's version of Bohemian Haven for activists and artists. That creative counterculture energy eventually shifted into the high-performance wellness capital we see today, famously serving as the birthplace of 𝙒𝙚𝙧𝙚. It's the place where a laid-back beach vibe meets a high-end, active urban soul. Life here revolves around the water. You have Kitts Beach, frequently ranked as one of the best city beaches in the world. It's just a few hundred meters east of Hayden Park, best known to locals as Kitts Dog Beach. It sits right behind the Maritime Museum and is arguably the most social spot in the city for dog owners. When it comes to housing, Kitts is really split into two worlds. Just north of 4th Avenue is the real sweet spot for value. You've got solid 1970s concrete buildings, a more affordable entry point than downtown, often paired with spectacular, unobstructed views of the city and mountains. Once you move south of Broadway, the energy shifts to a quieter, greener landscape defined by beautiful restored heritage homes and modern duplexes. Kitts is incredibly central. On a good day, you're looking at a 7 to 15 minute commute to the downtown core. But the big news for 2026 is the Broadway subway extension, which is an extension of the Millennium Line. While the construction has been a journey, we are now just a year away from 2027, the opening of the Arbutus station. This is going to be a game changer, connecting Kitsilano to the rest of the city. But if you want to find the real heart of Kitts, look to West Broadway. This area is historically known as Greektown, established by the immigrants after World War II. And you can still feel that Mediterranean soul during the massive Greek Day festival, where the streets come alive with music and heritage. So beautiful. Also, another street festival in Kitts that is not to be missed here is in July. It's the Kitsilano Street Party. It's the city's largest free music and arts festival, shutting down 10 blocks of West 4th. For 2026, they're doing a Wonderland themed. I'm so excited. Think whimsical, fantasy-style art, and over 50 local brands. It's a massive tribute to the area's history and namesake, Chief August Jack Kitsilano. Alrighty, we're moving over to Cambie. Most people see this area as a polished, high transit corridor, but there's a much grittier story here that most residents forget. We're standing right at the top of Queen Elizabeth. It's the highest point in the city. It's beautiful now, but it used to be part of a massive volcanic rock quarry. It's basically a giant industrial hole in the ground. The rock they pulled out from here quite literally built the rose beds for Gastown and prestigious Shaughnessy. Took a nasty gash in the earth and turned it into the city's crown jewel. And looking at it now, you'd never guess its industrial past. It's evolved into this lush 130-acre escape of year-round blossoms, manicured gardens, and quiet pathways that make you feel like you stepped completely out of the urban grid, even though you're standing at the very heart of the city. Here's the part you won't find in the brochures. When you're walking through the sunken gardens, you're literally standing at the top of 150 million liters of underground reservoir. It's the hidden lake that keeps the water running for almost the entire city. It's the poorhouse tucked under the beautiful flowers. And we have to talk about Oakridge. I've watched it go from a basic 1950s shopping mall to what is essentially Vancouver's second downtown. This spring 2026, the new Oakridge Park is supposedly finally going to be opening its high fashion destination with flagship boutiques like Louis Vuitton, Prada, Valentino, and 𝙉𝙚𝙘𝙚. We're also talking about a 9-acre public rooftop park draped over the buildings. It's futuristic, it's prestigious, and it's going to change the entire vibe and energy of the West End. I'm keeping my eye out for the running loop, the community gardens, and the performance stages. This is the neighborhood for people who value their time. If you travel for work, the Canada Line is a lifesaver. Plus, you're at the airport in 15 minutes flat. It's the perfect spot if you want that balance of connected and high-end without that typical downtown headaches. Next up is Fairview. If you've ever seen a postcard of the city of Vancouver skyline behind you with the mountains, this is likely where it was taken. In 1887, a CPR surveyor rode across Falls Creek, pitched a tent on the slope, and looked back at the tiny refuse city. He called it Fairview, simply because the vista was so stunning. The view is so important that we actually have view cone laws here. Specific legal sightlines that prevent new buildings from blocking the mountains of the rest of us. The housing here is unique. Because of its steep incline, the neighborhood is famous for its stepped architecture. You'll see these terrace-style condos and townhomes that follow the hill, designed so that almost every unit gets a piece of the water. It's a more settled professional pocket filled with doctors, nurses who work at the hospital nearby, and young professionals who work in Mount Pleasant or who want to be close to downtown but away from all the noise. We can't talk about Fairview without talking about Granville Island, because at the foot of the hill was created in 1916 from mud drenched from the bottom of the creek. It used to be a gritty industrial hub of ironworks, but we recycled it into an artisan masterpiece. The island is a global pioneer in shared space. There are no curbs, no cars, and pedestrians have to move at a human pace. For people in Fairview, this isn't just a tourist spot, it's their pantry. It's where you walk to grab the freshest seafood and local produce. My husband and I love coming here on Sunday mornings to grab breakfast while we also pick up some fresh fish, some bread, and pastas. Until we hit the place that I call home, the West End. This is arguably the most famous neighborhood for high density in Canada. But it was born from a deal that everyone at the time thought was a total joke. Have you heard the tale? The three greenhorns. Once upon a time in 1862, to be exact, three Englishmen arrived on these shores. Local history calls them the three greenhorns. And they bought 550 acres of land for about $1 an acre. People literally laughed at them for buying worthless forest so far from the city center. Today, that worthless forest is one of the most valuable residential lands in Vancouver. They got the last laugh, for sure. And we got the West End. Let's begin with what we call west of Denman, as there is a very specific lifestyle here. It's the pocket between the main shops on Denman Street and the entrance to Stanley Park. When you live here, you feel like you're living in the cutest nook. I saw properties in all of these areas. Whenever I come here to show homes, I try to come 15 to 20 minutes earlier to do a little stroll. Or to grab a coffee. You've got the 1,000-acre ancient forest of Stanley Park as your backyard and the ocean at your front porch. You'll see a lot of people walking around the Lost Lagoon, but most don't know the name was actually a protest. The poet 𝐂𝐨𝐵 Johnson named it Lost because She was devastated when the city built the causeway in 1916, landlocking the Lost Lagoon and stopping the ocean tides from coming in. We're actually seeing history come full circle right now. Days ago, the park board just endorsed a massive $30 million plan to reconnect the lagoon to the ocean, finally bringing the tides back after hundreds of years. It's a huge win for local ecology. For food, we always go to Tom's Sushi. It's a total local gem, but be warned, it's Michelin recommended and they don't take reservations. So be prepared to wait around 90 minutes for your actual seating. If you're looking for that classic West End night, dinner and drinks, my personal favorite is Cactus Club at English Bay. It's the best seat in the city to watch that beautiful sunset. From a housing perspective, the West End is where you can find the best value in downtown. Because the buildings are a bit on the older side, mostly 60s and 70s concrete, and there are a lot of co-ops and leaseholds, it's much more affordable than the shiny new towers in Yaletown or Cole Harbour. It's also incredibly safe and family-friendly. You'll see a lot of parents raising kids in a 900 square foot home because they'd rather be closer to Stanley Park as a playground than a backyard in the suburbs. It's a neighborhood with great schools, parks, and that proves you don't need a car to have a great life. All right, we're leaving the beach behind and heading to Main Street. Most maps call this area Mount Pleasant or Riley Park, but to anyone who actually lives here, it's called the Main, and it's the heart of the city. Grounded, it's social, and it's where you'll find the people that actually make Vancouver move. There's a small park here, officially called Guelph Park, but if you look at the sign today, it says Dude Chilling Park. You ready for another story? It started as a local prank in 2012. An artist, Victor Ristinsky, made a sign that looked exactly like a city park sign as a joke about a sculpture of a reclining man in the park. Yup, same font, same forest green background, same logo, and he installed it overnight. And of course, the city did exactly what you'd expect. They tore it down. The neighborhood fought back with a massive petition, thousands of signatures overnight, and eventually the city gave in. In 2014, it became a legally recognized landmark. It tells you everything you need to know about the sense of humor and the community spirit here. Something else has changed. For the last few years, Main Street was known for cheap eats, but over the last few years, that has recently changed. Okay, if you know me, I've been itching, and I mean itching, to introduce you to coffee at all our destinations. Look up at the corner of Main and 15th, and you'll see Heritage Hall. It was built in 1915 as a post office, and it's the architectural crown of the neighborhood. This is also just steps away from one of my favorite modern Italian restaurants, Lucia. You've got to try everything on the menu. It's so good. The housing here is a mix of those classic old Edwardian Main Street houses and newer low-rise condos. It's become the hottest pocket for young families because it's so walkable. We call the area between Main and Fraser the heart. And honestly, once people move here, they rarely leave. Life here is about that 15-minute city dream. You've got the best coffee shops, eateries, independent bookstores, and some of the best parks like Mount Pleasant Park and Hillcrest, all within a few blocks. You're central to everything. Whether you're heading to downtown or out to the airport, you're never more than 20 minutes away from anything that matters. It's the perfect spot if you want to be part of a real community where people actually know their neighbors and all of their names. Finally, we end at Commercial Drive, or as the locals will tell you, just the drive. If Main Street is the heart of the city, Commercial Drive is the soul. It's the most unfiltered neighborhood we still have left. The story here starts after World War II, when this became the landing pad for thousands of Italian immigrants. While most Little Italies in North America have been sanitized or turned into tourist traps, the drive held its ground. Drinking 1950s-style espresso and arguing about Italian soccer scores for 40 years. It's a piece of history that simply refused to change. But all of this remains true. The coffee is still amazing, and the food and the soccer scenes are in full swing. This has always been a hub for Vancouver activists, the LGBTQ community, and arts. It's a place where a high-end vegan bistro sits right beside a 60-year-old traditional butcher shop. It's loud, completely unpretentious, and amazing. Life here is about your daily walk. You don't do one big grocery shop at the supermarket. You live the European way. You get your bread at the Italian bakery, you get your olives at the deli, and your produce from the quarter stand where the owner still recognizes your face. It's for the person that, doesn't want to live in a suburb alone. They want to live in like a Mediterranean village. One day we never miss is Italian Day on the Drive. It's the biggest block party in the city, and the energy is amazing. And look, I can't end this without giving a quick nod to Yaletown. It's a place built on total contrast. You're walking on these massive raised brick platforms on Hamilton and mainland that were actually the original 19th century train loading docks, now turned into the city's most famous patios. It's so beautiful, you have to check it out. I swear, even the trees are greener. It's a high-energy, dog-friendly forest of glass towers where David Lamb Park is your front yard. If you want to be at the absolute center of the action, and let's be honest, it's special. So there you have it, 7 neighborhoods in Vancouver, and a little bit of Yaletown magic. I know it's a lot to take in, but the thing to remember is Vancouver isn't one big glass city. It's a collection of unique neighborhoods. Whether you want the quiet prestige of Dunbar, the high-energy beach life and kids, or the unfiltered heart of the Drive, there is a pocket here that is going to feel like home. My best advice, don't just look at floor plans or lot sizes. Walk around the block. Find your favorite coffee shop and see which neighborhood actually feels like your people. Because at the end of the day, you're never more than 20 to 30 minutes away from the mountains or the ocean, which is what makes Vancouver so special. Okay, now I want to hear from you. Which of these spots is actually calling your name? Or is there a neighborhood that I totally missed that definitely should have made this list? Drop a comment below and tell me which one you like best, and more importantly, why. Maybe it's a specific coffee shop or a hidden park, or it's the energy off the street. I'd love to know what makes a neighborhood home for you. each with its own soul and secret history. I'm Javita Pinto, your neighbor and realtor with eXp. I'll see you around the neighborhoods.